Hey, we're back. Eric Arnold here in the Sports Barn, Saturday the 6th of August, mid-afternoonish. Was it Saturday, right? I just said that. We're projecting here because no microphone. The wife is away, took her phone with her. As we're such poor bastards here, we do not have the proper equipment. We're working on it. We could not find an adapter yesterday. I guess now everything is just in one giant Amazon warehouse, and you have to ask for it, and then they will send it to you in a matter of hours if you're a Prime member, paying them their whatever $100 a year, or days if you're just a peon. So obviously we're getting it in days because we're peons. So eventually, maybe we'll have a microphone, maybe. What else is going on? Well, let's see. How did we do yesterday? Quan went by the wayside. Came up a cropper. He did not make it. Our attempt to will him to fame and fortune came up short, hitless. And I guess that sucks. He got taken out of the game. I mean, if I'm riding an 18-game hitting streak and the sports barman is pushing me to fame and I'm 0 for 2 and I foul a ball off my foot, I'm not coming out of the game. I don't care what Terry Francona says, but he came out of the game and there went his hit streak. So Quan will erase you. Who? Yeah, exactly. The Phillies. Phillies, nice, easy winner. Braves, relatively easy win. They got out to a fast start, 8-0, and then had to hold on because Ian Anderson, woo-wee, man. If the Braves need to rely on that guy in the playoffs, they're going to have trouble because he's not good. But he hung on, and we got a nice W there at a nice price. And then the Royals didn't fire. Didn't happen. Greinke was not good. I thought he would be good. He was not good. So there's that. We have one dependable sports bar in this county. One dependable sports bar. And by that I mean I don't have to harangue the staff to get games on. The owner of the bar has taken it upon himself correctly, and this guy's name is Jimmy G, and he owns the Railroad House. I don't have to harass this guy saying, hey, big game's coming on at 7 o'clock. Can you turn off the 700 Club? Can you turn off just ESPN talking heads mindlessly talking without the sound on? Can you turn that off and put the game on? That drives me goddamn insane. Sports bar. Well, everybody focuses on bar. In other words, you get the hot waitresses in there serving you the drinks, and they're cooking up their specialty old fashions and Tahiti sunrises and whatever the hell else. And you go, well, the local sports team, the Phillies, they play baseball. They're on at 7. Can you please put the game on? And they're like, what channel's that on? God, it just infuriates me. And everyone does it, so it's almost like you can't get upset about it because it's all the same. It's all the same. So that's why I go to the Railroad House, because I don't have to bitch at the management to get the games put on. They already have them on. They know what the games are. They're good about that. The owner has taken the time to make sure that he's good about that. Well, anyway, these guys put me on to something disturbing that I frankly had not realized. Last night, of course, the Phillies weren't on local TV because they were on Apple, which they were just on this goddamn network. I assumed what happened was, Rob, I'm an asshole, Manfred, went to all the owners and said, I can put 3 more cents in your pocket. Would you like me to do that? Well, what will it mean? Well, we'll screw the fans over a little bit, but you'll get 3 more cents. Well, let's have the 3 cents. So he signs us, the MLB, up to this Apple Plus, which nobody gets, nobody wants. And now, of course, the games that are on Apple, the only people I assume that can watch it are Bill fucking Gates and nobody. So I guess each team has to take it on the chin at least once and have their team put on Apple. Well, the Phillies have done it twice now in the last 3 weeks, and I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm hoping that goddamn John Middleton wasn't, the guy trying to kiss Rob Manfred's ass in the meeting going, well, you could put us on a lot because we're whatever, you jerk. I want to see the team, damn it. This could be the first time in 10 years this bunch makes the playoffs, and they're putting the games on channels I can't watch. This is not right. This is not right. And then what made it worse was my buddies at the bar are telling me, the guys running the Railroad House are saying, yeah, this Apple Plus thing sucks. Wait till you get a load of the NFL. I'm like, uh-oh, I don't like the sound of this. Apparently all the Thursday night games are on some Amazon bullshit. Streaming by Amazon for, a price that you have to pay in order to watch the game. It's like, this is bad. These owners are making like $1 billion, and that's not enough. They still need more. So now they're going to apparently charge us to sit home and watch the games. It's like, good Lord, can't you just leave us alone? Don't you make enough money in advertising and all the jerseys we buy and the hats and the other paraphernalia? Don't you make enough money off of that? You got to have more from us? Come on. So those guys were trying to figure out how they could broadcast. In other words, all right, I can't get Amazon at home, but the Railroad House has it, and they're trying to figure out, I guess, how to get it on. We were discussing bootleg methods and other things that may or may not be legal, but at a certain point, it's almost like, you know what, we're tired of getting fucked, maybe we're going to fuck back. And maybe somebody's going to have a bootleg version of this on a laptop in a corner with a big router spreading it on every freaking phone and laptop throughout the bar or something like that. But yeah, every Thursday night game, that seems like a lot. I mean, that's Thanksgiving, isn't it? I mean, well, what are we talking here? So I guess I need to just check the Eagles schedule and make sure. It's like, okay, where are we getting fucked? I mean, it's one thing if you get fucked one game out of, or 2 games out of 162 in baseball, but in football, they only play 17 of these goddamn games. So, damn it, that's hard to miss a game because it's not available. That's not right. So, anyway, problem for future time. One thing I did notice in the bar there, of course, sound's off, so it's like I'm at home, and they're talking about the NFL Hall of Fame, I guess, is inducting their people this weekend, and one of our guys is going in, Dick Vermeil. He doesn't live far from here, far from the barn. He's in my congressional district. He lives down in Chester County, a few miles from here. So they're doing this vignette of representatives from the Hall of Fame, I guess, and an existing living, well, it wouldn't make sense if he wasn't living, an existing member of the Hall of Fame going to the new inductee's house and I'm not sure how this worked or whatever. You know, they got their camera crew and everything. I guess they're surprising them. I guess they know they're getting inducted, I think. I'm not 100% sure, because sound was off. So I don't know if the inductees knew they were getting in, or this was their first that they were informed, hey, you're getting in, welcome to the Hall of Fame. I mean, they're going up to their doors and, there's Charles Woodson banging on Leroy Butler's door. And the guy opens up and it's like, oh, I know you, you're Charles Woodson. And they generally picked a current member of the Hall of Fame that had some link to the new inductee. Well, anyway, so they get in their little van to go to Dick Vermeil's house, and Kurt Warner is the front man, because that was Vermeil's quarterback in St. Louis. So they roll up to Vermeil's spread down here in Chester County, and Vermeil's waiting for him. He's standing out there on the porch. He's not inside. He's not there ready to open the door going, hello? No, he's standing out there waiting for him. I thought to myself, he's been standing out there for the last 20 years waiting to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. God, I'm glad they finally got to him before he died. Damn, that guy should have been put in a long time ago. But, so yeah, that was interesting. All right, four games. You know, one huge, just absolutely huge game going on right now, probably as I speak, is the Mets Braves playing this 5-game set this weekend. And so we're in this is, I guess, game 3 of this 5-game set. And, you know, this is it. This is a premier matchup. You got Scherzer versus Max Fried. Whoa! This is the probably 2 best pitchers in the National League. Or, you know, it's, with apologies to Sandy, what's his name? Not Koufax, the guy from Florida. But what a matchup. And I just couldn't. There were a lot of things pushing me towards Scherzer in that game, and I just couldn't do it because Fried does nothing but win. This guy has got like a 70% winning percentage. How do you go against that? So I couldn't make heads or tails of that. But where we started here was with these guys. We started with the Mariners minus 200. I'm less than crazy about this one, but so many angles are leaning in this direction. We're not crazy about it because the Mariners historically, they're like the Phillies. They haven't made the playoffs in forever. So, you know, not a great franchise. But they're playing the Angels, who is probably a worse franchise, but they don't play well against the Angels. If there ever was a game where the Mariners are going to put a flag in the ground and say, by God, we're not the same old Mariners. We are going to make the playoffs. This is a different team. By God, it's got to be today. You know, they had a game they should have won last night. Huge favorite. Lost because they don't hit. They made a comeback. That gave me some faith that this isn't just a dead team. That they have a chance here. They have more talent than the Angels. They're going to have a full house this afternoon pushing them. And, damn it, this needs to be a win here for the Mariners. And I'm going to say they're going to go ahead and do it just because they got so much more going for them than the stinking Angels do. So, yeah, we're a little nervous because the price is pretty hefty. And that's going to make me sad if we drop, 2 units right down the trash can to start the day. It's going to make me a little sad. But we're going to do it. I think that's a bargain. The way the Orioles have played over these last 2 months, they're playing 100-win baseball right now. There's no stopping these guys. They are really, really playing well. Yeah, you got to keep going with these guys. Now, I think what's eventually going to happen is they're going to run up against the Rays or the Blue Jays, and they just won't be able to handle them. But while they're playing the soft underbelly of the National League here in the Pirates, then you got to go ahead and keep rolling with these guys. That's a pretty short price. At 161, you got a team. Remember now, the Orioles are in the American League East. That means they play the Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, and even the Red Sox. And they play those 4 teams over and over again. And they're above 500? That's a good team. That's a really good team. And they're playing one of the worst teams in the league in the Pirates. That's a relatively short price for that. Got to take the Orioles. I'm less than enthusiastic about this one. The Brewers, yeah, I mean, they played like shit in Pittsburgh. But now they're at home, and maybe they're just trying to, get things settled. Apparently they were blaming the front office for their shitty play in Pittsburgh because, Josh Hader is gone, and they were all upset. That was their excuse. That's what I got out of their interviews after these games. Well, Hader's gone, he ain't coming back. So now you got to do your job, Brewers, and try to make the playoffs. You got a very beatable Cincinnati team in front of you. A little nervous because the Brewers pitcher sucks. And that just makes me a little nervous. But they're a better team than the Reds. They're a better organization than the Reds. This is a game the Brewers need to get. We're laying less than 200. I mean, really, when you look at it right now, you got the haves and the have-nots in baseball. You got teams that are in the playoffs and teams that have sold and they're out of it. And 200, when you're at home, is not an unreasonable price if you have a have. That's where I keep saying there's a lot of space on some of these big favorites where some gambling books will tell you, you never lay more than blah, blah, blah. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, in other words, if I get somebody at minus 200 and the real odds on that game should be minus 300 or 400 because they're so damn good and they're so likely to beat the shit out of the other poor asshole, well, then you should be on that. You're getting value. It does happen that some of these good teams are such favorites, or I should say, are so likely to beat their opponent that the number isn't high enough. The number is not high enough. If you could get the 89 49ers, probably one of the best teams in the history of the National Football League, and you had them going up against, some bad team, the Detroit Lions from last year, and you're only laying 10 points. You take that every day. It's like, 10 points, that seems like a lot. They should be 21-point favorites. So, yeah. Anyway, Brewers. Okay, lastly, we're going to go with the Cardinals here. Over the Yankees. What is going on there in New York? The Yankees have suddenly hit the skids. And what does that mean? Nothing. I mean, they're going to win their division. They're going to be one of those bye teams. All it means is that they might have to go to Houston, which, I think at the end of the day, that annoys them, but it's not going to crush them. In other words, if you take a poll of anyone in that New York locker room and say, are you afraid of going down to Houston and playing them in Game 7? They're going to say, fuck no. We beat those guys anywhere. So they're not that upset about it. Jordan Montgomery pitching against his former team. Boy, I mean, if I was that guy, oh man, I don't know what a pitcher does to psych himself up to pitch the best game of his life, but if I was Jordan Montgomery, I'd be doing exactly that. Man, oh man, I'd love to stick it to the Yankees. Here's a team you've been a part of your whole career. You've come up through their system. Probably he's been in that organization for 10 years. And they throw you away like a used bottle cap. What the hell? Yeah, you're just not good enough. What do you mean I'm not good enough? We've got the best record in the league. Yeah, but you're not helping. You're not good enough. Boy, I'd like to pound those guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Jordan Montgomery throws a good game tonight. Sticks it to the Yankees for tossing them away. What did they get back? Harrison Bader, who's not even playing. He's hurt. That just seems... Now, ultimately, the Yankees may have logical, and maybe they did make the right decision in what they did there with the trade. But for tonight, and I'm Jordan Montgomery, oh yeah, I want that game if I'm him pitching for the Cardinals. So, well, there you go, your Saturday favorites. So let's see what happens. Hey, hit the like button. I'm Eric Arnold. College football coming up. We're generally pretty good at that. So, it's my understanding more people like college football than baseball. So, tell your buddies, hey, man, this guy, he talks college football occasionally. So, very good. We'll talk to you again. Oh, I almost forgot. We threw away Quan. So our new person to watch is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at 16 games. So that's the new high hitting streak. And we'll see if we can push that one to 57. All right, see you later.